sharinga kebera ngo sharinga never know basolo kulanga bafuna ku mawulire gano ba information efuluma okuva w'omukukuna Tamale Mirundi batero kugamba nti information is power boba toina information ne mukitegeeza obeera dormant era bangi nnyo bakulinyako ne batuuka gye baagala okugenda wabula tuze tukuwa tugoberera emboozi ya Male Mabirizi nga akube ebituli mu kusoma kwa wamu n'emyaka gye ng'agamba nti nno Bobi Wine empapula ze tezimukiriza kubanga yasimbawo okubeera president w'eggwanga wamu n'emyaka nti yalimba ku ky'emyaka Mabirizi kikyazaako
Mabirizi abo singa mubaleke
olunaku lw'eggulo Bobi Wine yavuddeyo n'atangaza ku ky'emyaka gye n'atangaza ne ku
kati nze njogera ku Mabirizi
kikyazaako
n'obudde bwange
kikyazaako Mabirizi
kankubuulire akatabo kano kalabe enseekeezi
enseekeezi tegeeza kitamale
nakawandiika Detroiters nakawandiika
wakawandiika nkiwandiise olwaleero nga 19 ogw'omusanvu 2012
kakati guno omukono ani ali emabega waago ani ali emabega waago ekifaananyi
amama Mbabazi
kaali kaddi
2012
Mbabazi yajjadde
yajja 2016
naye guno ani yali mu kizikiza nga atambula enseekeezi
yali amama Mbabazi
omanyi akatabo kano president yakagala nnyo mu campaign baabugula muwazane kano enseekeezi nakano kaliwa enseekeezi nakano ak'olunyankole kali ne mululuwo
kagamba ki
kano
lunyankole okugarukamu ebishuma
obulimba
bitegeeza kitamale
era anti obulimba bw'abano n'empandiika obulokoso mu nnimi zonna bulokoso bw'abavuganya Museveni. This is when I earned the printing press from him ne kati ekaddi nze sikolera short term one I will never work with these people again.
Tamale Mirundi
nkubuulire Male Mabirizi tukiyita reverse psychology. This is a scientific election.
Alinge yaweddemu
nkugambye yali abaddemu naki is a media man yaka mumuwandiikako
kwegamba tumutongere muwanika
gundi somebody drew my attention oli mutani wange ali wa Bobi Wine manyi bamumisinga abeena ali mbali bagenze bamugulembo ningamba mukube nnyo mwali muzimbaddeko you were stupid family yaffe terimu ebyo mbuga mugole bamulete mulabe nga mujjeeyo obanda be mukazi wange wadipinga mujjeeyo bw'ekyamayumba gange bwe yali agenda namubuulira nti wa join you are venturing into some naleka n'omulimu mulungi nnyo nali mufunidde omulimu mulungi nnyo n'agulekawo n'alaga mu Bobi Wine. Somebody drew my attention nti mutani gwagambye nti ekifaananyi kya president ekyadiguli kiriwa nimugamba nimukubidde essimu nti president eri mu byammwe ebyo nti ye akulaga purpose. Immediately arrived at the university mu 69 yagenda Mozambique yagenda ne Kawanga bano bonna Kawanga Wakapabulu ono gundi sekandi ono gundi yali katekero wa Buganda baali naye nti nze nkuze birthday abana bagabagenda bagamba dadi tukuze birthday mbagamba kati munzizeyo mu lubuto lwa nnyabo nzire munzaalibwe push me back inside my mother's bed nkuze birthday. Some of us degree we don't have good Tamale. Serious people don't consider those things serious.
Tamale. Male Mabirizi azze awan
Mabirizi
nga Bobi Wine asise
Male Mabirizi
naye kyaddaaki onakulwegulu yavudde n'amwanukula era n'atangaza ensonga ze zabadde
Male Mabirizi is an agent of Rupia Banda. Entalo zonna zalwana. Do you believe nti Male Mabirizi could take on the president? Era ono musajja sebajisajja gundi immediate olwavuddeyo obwakabaka mbwambala bukoze eki kwegadirya mwe gye mwakoze yakuba bwakabaka. That was a mistake and I will talk to him. Kikutegeeza ki ono noono bonna boogera kabaka. There is no muganda bukanidwaga mwe naye waliwo eyabawola ssente Mengo ne bamuwa ekyapa kya Bulange kakati ate ne bamubba. Abaganda bwe bagugumuka ne babagamba nti ekyapa kiriwa ne bamugamba nti kituwe tukikulirize tebakiriza nga kyava betenta kakati do you believe Mabirizi can have the money and influence to go to the East African Court of Appeal over the 75-year cap AM7? Doesn't it look similar to a tulo case yebungereza mwe babbira sente? Our call, who was in Uganda Revenue Authority, will one of the tell us whether a presidential pledge is paid by Uganda Revenue Authority. Bajja kuba bekukumye bo bali kufaamu zaabwe bafuwa mika. Our call, you will lose even a spoon. You will refund the money. At a given time and appropriate time, you will be picked from Karamoja, from Manyata to come and refund this money. Tulo case, but to never fumbi bachai. The same group is sponsoring Mabirizi to take the president to Nabala Muzinebawudira. How is there a federal government in Arusha? Has any of the member states surrendered its sovereignty to Arusha to create a federal government? This is an experiment. Do we have a unified constitution we follow in East Africa? Balwanyisa Museveni. Kakati ono Mabirizi mukwano gwa Bobi Wine. Omanyi bayita leading
kyogamba Mabirizi kyakola Bobi Wine yafunamu.
Yes.
Atya.
Anti if we were kankubuulire Bobi Wine abadde atambulira ku advice register the party. Party najifuna ne bakugumuka. Nembaga nti no. The pioneers aba ekibiina basobola okitunda. N'ekyenalemu bidandi ne Mbabazi ne Kigongo kibaki Mbabazi ne bidandi bakyalimu. Why? The Lord does not say, like in a company, the Lord does not say that when you start a political party, you cease to be a pioneer, a founding member of NRM. Bebajiwandis, beba pioneers. Until the law is amended, but bidandi member wa maanyi nnyo. Mwe mwamuyiseeko ne Mbabazi nga mulonda solo candidate. It applies to Bobi Wine. Ekitegeeze ekireta yali akubono. Mugezi nnyo. You need an intelligent man. We call it reverse psychology. Reverse psychology
Tamale
means
olinga agamba nti nature basajja mivulu
kuva
munno Bobi yafunamu.
Bobi yafunamu. Anti bakulowoozesa nti oli ayina. Bakulowooza nti eri aweakeninga ta weakeninga. Is not weakening. Naye bakulimba deception. Abalabe ba Museveni bakulowoozesa oyo omwana oyo ayinza okuba nga nebyakola tabitegeera ye muli wa center yagala media oyo balamu. But the real architecture of these things, how did Kusasira affect this man? How did others affect Bobi Wine's cause? Because even if today Bobi Wine crosses to NRM, you are creating problems for yourself. You would even strengthen Bobi Wine's group. Why? The moment these frustrated Ugandans don't see any other way of peaceful change of government, they will resort to violence.
Kisoboka wana Uganda.
Bobi Wine abantu babe besi tebamugwako, sebagala tebamugwako. Do you have permanent, when you talk about support, do you have permanent support? Do you have traditional support? Do you have
church, religious support?
Artificial support? Fecal support. We call it fecal support. Ani akwagala. Is it money? Banabaka parliament, is it money chi? Abantu bakwagala. This is why regimes ezana kuizana ya gundi ya Habyarimana collapsed. Ezana kuizana ngabali rudda ekikumi ku kikumi. Ndi twawangudda gundi bayusi bonna twabawangudde. Bayusi bamu abawangudde. Kakati katulinde temuteeka bukalu. Tulabe anti mu abawangudde. Nga bayusi be agitating for change. All of this is artificial. And I don't believe that Muyekera like Museveni can believe in this, can talk about it to police the wound. Kakati Bobi Wine yafunamu. Why? Look what this history from this head. When Lukwago came, stood for mayorship, what happened? Bamugamba talina buyigirize. Why? Bosoma katabo kankano.
Tamale Mirundi.
Nkubuulira anti you wait. Nkugaa nti bw'osoma akatabo kange kubano weekali bakita invisible hand. Invisible hand nabawandikira ne mbagamba nti era bali bagala kujjako Museveni at that time. ninga akalabyeko wano invisible hand kakati Lukwago bamugamba talina buyigirize why Mbabazi yali ku Ssematimba Lukwago nga si wa DP Lukwago yajjanga independent era nakugamba in that book nti Lukwago yali talina sente zimuleeta that's why Namboze yajja ba volunteers emukono by the time we carried out the elections Lukwago yali talina ba observers ku 1000 polling stations okutuusa Segona kujjawange lweyafuna information from a rival faction eyali tayagala Mbabazi kutwala bwa meya ne bagamba nti obulubuli staffed the exercise was halted ekitegeeza it was a battle there was a battle but it was later found out that Lukwago had qualifications Nantaba when Nantaba was appointed state minister for land that was Parliament went up in arms.
Basajja mivule kati Mbega.
Ate Mbega chi?
Anti ogambye yokusala eddiiro n'agenda mu
NRA.
N'agenda mu NRA. No, Bobi.
Teyina kyefiiriddwa. Bano balimba Museveni something is being done. We are weakening Bobi Wine. You started fighting Bobi Wine. Olunaku Bobi Wine lubamuleta mu katabo kange muno nkugamba aka Bobi Wine. Nti with my eyes. Nalaba one of the senior ministers in Museveni's government with the sacks of money nga ina emitwalo 5 gandi vote Bobi Wine nga baba mulese to create him as a gold mine okulia ku Museveni cent abalemeredde Boba how can we become relevant to the president by not stealing COVID money by not stealing money intended to buy radio sets This is how you can be relevant to Museveni. But not to create trouble for him. They brought Bobi Wine. Bebamwereetera abalemeredde. Kati balaga Museveni nti balina kye bakolawo. Tulese kusaasira. Nikibaki? Kusaasira linga kikoyi. Kijje ku mukazi omunene. Ina kyafiiringa. Because this man has no structure. Nabaga nti this man ali mu America oba abazungu aba Europe. Why? I can understand.
Bobi Wine.
I can understand their situation. In Europe and America, they use slogans. Schroeder in Germany was a popular chancellor. All of the 3 women can't be wrong. Yawase Mirundi age. Slogan yamukuba. Bush weyajja Junior. Yagamba, they came together, they should go together. Clinton ni nani? Ne aligo. They came together, they should go together. In Kenya, kila kintu kinawezekana kwa Kenya bila Moi. Everything in Kenya is possible if Moi goes. This is the slogan that took Moi. Why is it? Lwaki buli avuganya Museveni concentrating ku Museveni ng'omuntu? Why? Because the mafias have created a situation that let us heap everything to Museveni. Kila kintu kinawezekana kwa Uganda bila Museveni. No. Museveni has not stolen money. Museveni is struggling with a formidable and entrenched mafia which controls the media.
That he knows and he cannot deal with
and
it.
Nkubulire nti abakolako has liberated Leya babadde bazemba wulira kati amagezi ge basaze but these are fools. Some of these were fools. Nti kati gwe mubadde mukubye at one time bayagala okutta omuvuka Lutwama ne bagala mutta Lutwama. What happened? Nasula kona wana muyamba. Kakati president bwamutaddeyo ne bamanya tebagenda kubba kiki bakoze eki kati ate bagala Lutwama mbwate bagenze wamwende ekiro abawandikira ati ku Lutwama ono mutabani wange Kigunda here the case started nimbagamba nti I have a recorded tape for 3 hours a younger man intimidating judges eno case nayo yali wodda mafias don't run new tricks abasajja bawaabo omusango nga Alcon ye fake company was a fake one day mujezisasula baleta fake company nega nti nzimbi Alcon nti nzimbi wakaza kusine ejirima niba waba mu court nga bawadderoko omuntu yomu azza anyaga buli wamu era yaleeta akayindi akakadde busoyibiki gundi omulamuze yali awulira omusango gwa Alcon n'abagamba nga bajulidde bafunye e Kenya ni formato ne Gen wa kibaki okuba exposing Alcon nti si company ye Kenya tebangayo mukyala kiwonoka minister of finance omulamuzi yalwala mu January nga sekono secretary general eyali asazeewo bawaabe contract yenge gwako mu April. Omulamuzi n'agamba nti naye bali mujjayo. These cases are going to be reviewed. Do you hear in America people talking about construction of roads? Museveni abikoze tugenda kujja ku corruption noyo ne yiba muyole. Kakati what these same thieves are saying. Chigundu says, I've audited my account, nendaba munziba. Why don't you create a counter audit? Badduka misinde kukifuula political. Mbwaddire ebizimbe bye babitwale. Nga bwe bali batwala alukoni katubakubireko muntu. Let us incite the population. You go on a self-destruction mission. Mugende mu self-destruction mission. Ebyo byonna kakati gwogamba kati Museveni bamulimba nti has achieved. Nze kemanyi Museveni omuyekera. Singa akwata oyo gundi oyo basajja kamu ajja mubuulira nti beewo be bantuma. If you can get a chance, president, singa president ya meeting bano ba defectors mu chama.
Mwagazamu emmotoka etawulira binnya ne pick up esonogenda mu byalo.
Yes, ngani amuwuliriza bajja mukuba. The more the rest they can do. Credibility and the popularity, they are like a virginity. You cannot get married and remain a virgin. If boyagala ekibumba kya wambuzi, toyiza kwagala ekibumba bakugirimu ekibumba mu mbuzi. Mu Uganda mukamwe muli empuuta etayina nnuuni waliwo yagitendalinga naye mujoze ensi nemuli akamunyi nemuli ente nemuli enkoko n'obukunkumukwa ne bugwa wansi nabo ne mubuyolayo. You are living on borrowed time. Tebakulimbanga nti yakyalina support.
Simon Chris Makangera nga tukyakubaganya ebirowoozo ku nsonga nnyingi nnyo ezigenda
ntinze
wikyewedde twalabanga ba European delegates bakyalirako ebibiina by'obufuzi eby'enjawulo basooka ne bakyalira kyogwasookera ddala basooka ne bakyalira ekibiina kya NUP era nga bali mu kafubo akatwala essaawa eziwera ddala ebbiri era nga bayogera ku nsonga nnyingi nnyo olwavaawo ne bagenda mu kibiina kya FDC ne bava mu FDC ne bagenda mu DP ne bava mu DP ne bagenda mu ANT. Tamale Mirundi by European delegates okukyalira ebibiina by'obufuzi ebya opposition tetunaba kubalaba nga bakyalira ekibiina kya NRM naye okukyalira ekibiina bya opposition kitegeeza era banoonya ki
anti kakati mwetumwamanyi ate gwasoma international relations
anti munauganda yeebuuza okumanya nti bano ba European delegates okukyalira ebibiina bya opposition babeera banoonya ki.
Apart from Britain, the European Union gives aid as a union. Bilateral. 2, they send observers. But observers, bakola kinemu 19 baaliwo wano. They excited the opposition. Obote refused to meet them. Obote said, I don't know why they are here. Maybe they are here on a jubilation. Kakati the European Union cannot excite me. Why? There is nobody who has a veto in this country that the Europeans will tell us what to do. The Europeans don't come at the right time. What does the Constitution say? What are the laws governing elections say? Yes. Election laws zigamba zitya. What have the Europeans done, commented on gerrymandering of constituencies? Can they do anything? Because declaring a constituency is the responsibility of the Electoral Commission. We have a census or by Parliament. Nankabira bitwala eri. Nankabirwa oyo kyakoze ekibiina gyakisa kimazeewo. And many things batubuzanga mu economics. Who is this woman? Who is responsible for killing companies? Is mismanagement. You look everywhere where a woman hand is involved. Bulichi, kyonone. Bwabuuka denu ineko kataboka nga kudiba kwali. The politics of the Banyambi and Abarusula.
Tamale.
Kati nkugamba.
European delegates.
The European Union teyina kyejja kukola. When your daughter is already impregnated, you cannot advise her not to move with the bad boys. The advice comes too late. The nature, how do they influence? Will they force the parliament to enact laws? because Museveni does not sit in the parliament. This is where I pity people like Bobi Wine, and I console myself, they are being used. Why? Muganda will tell you, Ntikono weka, tokalinda kusabana taka. If you are going to carry a baby on your back, toyinza mukiza kumala kukolachi. Bobi Wine has been sitting in the parliament. All of these parties are having MPs. Why should Bobi Wine go to court to force his way into somebody's radio station or TV? Why didn't he create his? How much money, if you know that this is scientific election, which are used in national media, how much money did they allocate to UBC? All of the money which have been allocating to UBC has been from whoever has been. If you institute a commission of inquiry on UBC and the money, where the money is and the land, to whoever is free to come. Before even the Europeans grab which was they are planning to do. He refused to Congo. But why do I have a printing press, I have a magazine, I maintain my, do you pay me? I don't think that there is a radio station that pays me money. I don't think there is a misconception that these programs, I knew the president was sustaining the program on NBS. But Kalisa didn't know that I was aware. Yalita money. Why didn't they give me this money? Mbabanja millions every time. And they think I'm going to embark on another journey before they pay this one.
Tamale senders on goes banjis.
In it, for 2 weeks, have a funa. We are fools. We are not fools. Tulibagezi. We force him to kneel before us. I will come with the hammer.
Tamale Chabulabi bana badelegate.
Tebayina mugaso.
Ebibina bino.
Tebayina mugaso. Anti to gather information from them to pressure government on what? Because Uganda elections are constitutional. Anti bano tebachimanyi. Nti what will they say? What do you benefit from a priest telling you are coming to console your daughter who is already pregnant? Because you cannot increase the pregnancy. That at least stop on this one. Kakati abazungu bajja wano to get views from political parties on how they can pressurize government to make the ground level. But fortunately for Uganda, these are laws which must be amended. These are laws. Kakati, how can somebody, I said, a constitution is a paradigm. A constitution is like a closed door. There are 2 ways. If a chitanda chinene okusinga oluji, you invite which assembling geremochi, or you remove the door, and the constitution bweri, you amend it or you abolish it. Kakati chetubuza. At this time, the information they are getting from this bazungu, the electoral commission will say my hands are tied. Why? I have this issue of COVID-19. COVID-19, this is a law. The president invoked this law. We act, which was left there by the British. The British, the act, the Health Act we are using now was enacted by the British, not Museveni. They excite you because you are not knowledgeable. You hear Ugandans. As I was talking to the American ambassador, me I don't, even if they invite me, they don't go to those embassies. For what? Maybe for visa. And I know how these people operate. Even if you are a great friend of the ambassador here, cannot influence the visa department. But even being invited to attend a dinner at the British High Commission, people dance here. They even they can advise. Even invited guests at the include Abamaudi and Ebetekam. These are primitive societies. That everything is praised. Kakati is in Kupuri. It is them to market. Don't tell us that we are siding with this government. This is what I tell the COVID thieves. There is no credible finance institution that can lend a country money 6 months away from the elections. If an incoming government, if we had a serious opposition, not this one, the artificial one, that is controlled by the mafias, if a new government comes into power, nebakugati tujja kusasula you brought the money weeringire nti tezijja kukola bazitadde mu kalulu. There is no institution. Kati bano abamafiya ono omusajja w'obukooti wa finance yali ayagala atwale parliament mu recess akomewo n'omutwe gwe akwate 7 trillion bwaziibwe mu economy kubanga parliament mulimu abalwadde. First of all, me I'm an intelligent man. If you check me, you test me, you give me what? You are taking me and my contacts with in the isolation center where people are starving to death. I rather die in my house. I spear you. I shoot you if I have a gun. Anti how? First make musobola kujoga abantu musobola tubatwale egende babeta kali yagindi ya Nambole. What happened to this plot? We mwali mugenda kuzimba eddwaliro ku Mukaaga and the government guaranteed we are accumulating interest. Diana, do you eat the same food we eat? Do you drink the same milk from the same cows we drink? Diana, do you sleep on the same sheets we do? Diana, are you out of touch? Do you understand the local language we speak? And you know them. Kati achange bali bamusudde. Mbu achange teyagenze na masiki. We are resorting to masks because to padding ourselves. Why? You were failed.
Tamale awe nyiri wenjagala tudde. Ababaka
kati masiki masiki ze mwali reservinze for sukulu konji children. Kati mwaziga baziri kati zabana nga baddayo ziriwa. Kutoka kubireko mu national testing nagamba mukwano wa Katongole we have been together with Katongole nemuga duka
omubaka wa parliament
duka
omubaka wa parliament Nakaseke bamukwata nga bagamba nti yali agenda okukola possession but mutali mumenyi bwa mateeka era nga violating SOPs the Minister of Health. Naye tukirabe bulwatu nga ababaka ba parliament abamu ne ba minister abamu government nga bakoze possession
avulakishaddeyo
nga bakumibwa police n'amajje gwanga kitegeeza kitama.
I will donate a book to you about propaganda and the tools of propaganda. I've explained that the mafias are fighting Museveni using propaganda tools. One of the most attractive tools is called deception. Deception means that I appear to do doing something nga sikyendiko nti nwanyisa covid ngobba sente tulumiddwa abantu tuleeta amatanga n'ozibba kati tukiyita deception mu propaganda. Kati another strong tool mu propaganda yeetaagiza abagezi ennyo tukiyita reverse psychology. Nti gwolowooza ti Bobi Wine omuweekeninga nedda bamafiya bakulyako sente tebannakwata ku kinyusu kya Bobi Wine because Bobi Wine waabwe bagala kuprotectinga ki kakati reverse psychology kati reverse psychology bakuba candidate bawa Namayanja olutalo luli ku secretariat Namayanja bamukolera akabenje nga baga nti ayina 30 billion azibbye bagenda okubera nga sente temuli kati bawa Namayanja gwe bakuba they are helping Rutamaguzi. These people are helping Rutamaguzi
afuna mukwata
andi nkubuulire let me tell you gwe kwennyini okyogedde nti what makes Rutamaguzi nga balaba because who are cautioned by Tango Doi who are summoned to the police by an anger. You cannot use caution. You can use which are disqualify you. Which yes, if I'm a member of NRM and I'm itching to become independent, Mkolachi, Tango Doi, call it disqualification. It does not matter. There is no provision in the Health Act under which we are operating about disciplining him, errant members by party organs. It's not there. Kati Tango Doi yeyambisa reverse psychology. Yeyambisa deception. Kakati in this case kankubulire like in Lukwago's case education, Nantaba's case education. Neyate kakoza ye bamugamba talina qualifications for Kabwa minister but he is sitting MP. When the two you cannot become a minister when the same qualifications of being a minister apply to MP. Why is kakoza there? Mu parliament yakola mungi. Because kakoza would be in parliament if we had different qualifications. Kakati nkubudde ne nkugamba. Look at the history. Chief Justice Ogola retired. ruled that Besigye could be nominated inside the in custody. Museveni realized what was the intention of Ogola. The then Attorney General Kiduma Kubuya, a professor from Yale University in America, who had taught law for a long time. You might find that even Ogola would be a student of this man. Argued before court, how can this man in a cell, Nakisoma Julius Caesar, Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. Kakati Ono, Museveni Yashibala. Nti Ogola knows Museveni will defeat Besigye. But let us dent Museveni's victory by competing with somebody who cannot campaign. Nabaga nti Golola n'alwana n'omusajja omusibe empingu n'amukuba tteke aba yamuwangudde. Whatever percentage Besigye got if he was in prison would embarrass Museveni. Museveni did not pursue the matter. Besigye was released from bail, nominated as others, and was decisively defeated. We move to Otafire, my friend. And for me, when I say you a friend, you a friend. Otafire is my friend. Many ministers are run away from me because they are corrupt and they fear my machines. Kati Otafire, bamuzanya akazanyo kekamu. Military, the military. Bagenda ne bakwata oyo omusajja Kahonda. Ne bamuteeka mu kkomera. Nti yadduka mu majje talina kuwonda. It backfired on Otafire. Otafire yagwa. Why? The moment in society, if you want society to sympathize with you, be a victim, is it how you could arrest an MP of Nakaseke? 2, by now, we are going to elections where in Iruwero there is one minister standing, the Minister of Education, which the Minister of Education, I warned them, nabagamba temutwala first lady mu ministry monna omukono wagambye navumye nazala kakubireko mu ngalo muko jju nabagamba ababbi ba Museveni beyambisa nnyo abantu Museveni bawaana. Who can talk about this mess in education? Bobi babbira except the risk takers like me. Kakati kyegamba bakukubye nkugambye nti bakubye Museveni bagala kuba candidate wa Namayanja oba anina ali mu candidate NRM candidate is going to suffer from this backlash. Lutamaguzi is going to win. I can't predict it. Lutamaguzi is a beneficiary.
Yes. Kakati songa ya ambassador in Denmark ne sente saga eyetolera ku sente ezo.
Somebody
overhaul
the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Nobody in the Minister of Foreign Affairs can point a finger. Mbakuba nimba mala wait my book. I've written a book about Nina Kempandisi. Basoka mu monitor. Ne bateka muntu Madivani's children are quarreling over property. You know what is happening in all of these embassies. Oyo muwala adamanange kamba bulize.
Tamale ba mafias balumbye ambassador.
Oyo muwala Madivani omanyi. Oyo muwala wa Madivani. Omanyi nti yaleta crisis ya 71 ngoba abayindi. I mean wanted to marry that daughter now, that girl now. Ashikiha. Ye yatuvira ku buzibu bwa against the Indians to tell you that Mirundi has research here. Era amini ennaku ekyenda bwe kyaggwako nga kibula ye wiiki emu yaleeta Madivani n'emmetta nga bali mu pajama bali ku mpingo. N'abalaga nti I'm determined to chase Yahweh. Some Indians started running into Lake Victoria ne beetugiramu. There was a man called Agustino Kamia. Bano bamuwa omudaali. Agustino Kamia was a conman. Mu 60 mu myaka jana 5 yajjanga ebintu by'abayindi n'abitunda n'insightinga blacks again. Kamia bamutta wali ku mini price nga alyako abayindi sente mbw Amini amutumye sente Amini n'amusala. Bano bamuwa omudaali which made fool. Kubanga movement. You need a historian there. You need to consult us. Kakati ngamba. Do you know that there is a company that manages Uganda's foreign embassies? Do you know the circumstances under which Katende, a celebrated left Gond? Do you know what happened to Kalule, president from Mutake, Oshimanyi? okimanyi gwe omanyi how many ambassadors do we have? Ambassador is a title, a seniority title. Tuyina bameka ambassador Sentongo, ambassador Muchibi, ambassador who? Why don't we have qualified people? Where do we fare well? Wano bumwagenda okujja, the most celebrated diplomat we have is Ayebali, a former journalist. Bumwagenda okunoonya ku African Union mwajayo oli omukazi vice president era akasajja ako ne kamuwandiikako ne bamubbiramu emiliyoni ya dola emu. Do you know that former vice president Kazibwe and Cecily Ogwalo were detained in a Kigali hotel for non-payment? Nga sente bazibya ba foreign affairs na kana akasajja akawandiika amawulire ako. I know much, I know more, I know everything in foreign affairs. You wait my book.
Wewa Tamalenga tugenda okumaliriza
wait my book.
Kulokubira wiche wedde waliwo ne kazi Haji Kaziwe Bashir.
Mugende mugule panado.
Wiche wedde waliwo ne
Haji Kaziwe Bashir. No tangaza. Mubere tempted muteyo omuntu ogwo.
Watangaza ku
mulabe mutuka.
Watangaza ku plan B abesije ku analysis je wakola wagamba nti ejja kubeera based on regional empowering regions wagamba singa mu Eastern singa poa Patrick Amniat Oboy afuka president yayina y'amaanyi n'ogamba nti akudi ku his plan B mu Eastern region ekasese Wichiza ne Mugisha Muntu bayina y'amaanyi n'ogamba nti mu Northern region so kati base ya yajja kulomukaaga yayina press conference n'atangaza ku plan B ngeri totally different ku analysis yo n'agamba nti ye plan B gyayina agenda ku mobilizinga abo bonna abawuliranga bakooye abo bonna abawuliranga eddembe lyabwe lyabaggyibwako omuli abataxi ababoda n'abalala abakuŋŋaanye babeere eddoboozi.
Let me tell you, Besigye is talking about taxi drivers. Where was Besigye when pioneer buses came, when our money was taken away? Besigye was working with the bus owners, Pioneer. I said at that time, it's written in my book, that before the Pioneer buses hit the city, Aga Khan changed his building, APS building, from a glass building into a concrete one. Why? He knew that Kampala was going to be rocked by riots. The Americans moved from near Parliament, near that building, to Zambia. I knew this development. How could a serious businessman bring a fleet of buses in a city, Eritrea city, and none of his buses was banned? How many times has Besigye come up? Besigye, ukimenye gwenti kita taino Uganda ku Besigye. Bayina. Did Besigye come up to talk about the plight of borders? When do you come? That's the mentality. I don't know why people think that we are Barusula and Abanyampi. Atya, Tayina. Besigye, let me tell you, conclude as a mass communicator. A serving person cannot vomit because there's nothing to vomit. Somebody to vomit, there must be a battle inside his belly over what he has eaten. That's vomiting. Besigye has no ideas left and cannot vomit any idea.